welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Judges 5:31 reads, "Let them that love him be as the sun when he goeth forth in his might." These are the closing words of Deborah, the great warrior prophetess of Israel. They are in stark contrast with the tone of fierce enthusiasm for battle which throbs through the rest of her chant. They display an insight into the highest and best truths of the gospel. If we think of the singer, the age, and the occasion of the song, such purely spiritual, lofty words become very remarkable. This woman had been tutored deeply into the Mosaic law. Her faith had been fed by forms. She moved amidst a world full of cruelties and dark conceptions of a divine, mysterious power. She had forced her way through all that and laid hold of the vital center. There the woman's heart spoke and taught her what was a great commandment. Deborah had got so far, in a moment of exaltation and insight, as the teaching of the Apostle John, although her thought was strangely blended with the fierceness of the times in which she lived. Let us too learn the lesson that Deborah learned below the palm trees of her husband Lepideth. Think of the fierce August sun, blazing and relentless, with nothing hid from the heat thereof. There are two things evident with it, namely radiance and energy, light and might. Deborah was called a prophetess. So what did she prophesy? Well, her word is a partial anticipation of Christ saying, "Ye are the light of the world," and of his disciples' utterance, "Ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light." It is so obvious that the direct consequence of love to God, meaning given our whole person to him, in aspiration, admiration, longing for likeness, and practical imitation, is to elevate, ennoble, and illuminate the whole character. When we get near to him, hold on to him, when our being is one continual aspiration after closeness with him, and we experience the glow and rapture included in the simple word love, then we must be like him. That's what Paul meant when he said, "Now are ye light in the Lord." Union with him illuminates. The true radiance of saintly character will come in the measure in which we are in fellowship with Jesus Christ. Deborah's astronomy was founded in the understanding that, brilliant as the sun is, it is possible for us lesser vessels to accurately absorb and reflect its glory. The sun shines by its own light. We are planets and are darkness in ourselves, and it is only the reflection of the central sun that ever makes us look silvery white and radiant before people. But though it be derived, it is nonetheless our light, if it has passed into us, as it surely will, and if it streams out from us, as it no less surely will, in the measure in which love to God dominates our whole lives. So then we too can have some of the shine that lit up Moses' face while he came down from the mountain, and was seen on earth again when Stephen looked up into the heavens as the stones beat out his life, to witness his Lord standing on the right hand of God. That's surely the highest hope of every Christian heart. Of course, the challenge is for us to fulfill Deborah's inspired words. Let each of us ask that. As a sun when he goeth forth in his strength. Would anybody say that about my Christian character? Why not? Only because the springs have run low within is a stream low through the meadows. Only because the love is cold is the light feeble. There is power in sunlight as well as radiance. On that truth the prophetess especially lays a finger, as the sun when he goeth forth in his strength. True love of God is no weak sentimental thing. It is a power which will invigorate the whole of a person and make him strong and manly, as well as gentle and gracious. Or as another put it, the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. See how the scarlet threads of holiness and love weave their way through thousands of years? He is the same God, more revealed to us than Deborah, but calling us as she was to walk in light and love. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.